Well, happy Friday from the Philippines. It is going to be 4 days, and then May and I are wheels up, hopefully, and on our way to Thailand. Whew. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic over there. I think we've done all the necessary steps to get her on the plane. I can go over that with you if you want me to. And we're going to be there for 22 days. So come Tuesday, we're going to be at the airport, hopefully, getting on a plane, flying from Dumaguete to Manila, from Manila to Bangkok. In Bangkok, we will spend one evening, and then we will fly from Bangkok to Phuket, where we have reserved a condo for, I think, 20 days. And going to do all kinds of stuff while we're over there. What I'm really interested in, though, is what kind of reaction the channel gets from Thailand. A lot of guys vlog from Thailand and they don't have very much success or views or whatever. For some reason, there doesn't seem to be a lot of interest in Thailand as there used to be. And then they come over to the Philippines and they do their channel and things go through the ceiling. So that's one dynamic. I'm just really curious if that is going to be my dynamic or May's dynamic, whatever it is. So let me say hi to some people here, and we'll just blow through those real quick. I think I'm doing better with my comments. So I'm going to say hi to everybody, put everybody's hello up there. Thanks for saying good morning to me. I hope you can hear and see me okay. And if you have any questions, be happy to answer those. It is awesome. Good morning to all of you guys. Thanks so much for commenting and being with me this morning. Oh, here's a question. Finally, a question. We might. That's part of the program. It's. I don't think we'd go there forever. I think that we're going to go. This is going to be the test balloon, if you will. We're going to go over there and see how we like it. And I already know I like it. I know I have a 99% feeling that May is going to love it. And there's a lot of scenarios that we've come up with. Living there for 3 months, because that's the way we could work the visa without any hassle. Living there for a month. So what we'll do this time is we've got medical stuff that we're going to do. We're going to, of course, do a lot of sightseeing, reuniting with some friends. I have friends that are both Thai and American over there. And see the sights. Let me be a tourist. And then, come back, regroup, and see what we think. I love the idea. I've always loved the idea of Dumaguete as being a good home base. And so I don't think it would be a burden on us to pay up 2 or 3 months of rent here and just keep the house, as opposed to putting everything in storage, then coming back and getting a new place, and I think we can budget for that, because we've been saving, especially through COVID. So instead of island hopping, we want a country hop. And while I'm over there, I want to find out what budgets are, visa situations, all that. So it'll be a fact-finding mission. It'll be a vacation. It'll be a reunification with friends and old acquaintances, hopefully make some new acquaintances. And I'm really curious about vlogging from there, what the dynamic on that is. Will views go up? Will they go down? Will they stay the same? All that happy stuff. So again, good morning to everybody that's saying good morning here. You're going to Malaysia? Yeah. That would be a spot we might go to also. How many jobs did you get before? Oh, are you talking about jabs? I've been vaxxed with the Sinovac, but I don't have any boosters. So May's been Sinovac also, but she got a Moderna, I think, booster. I'm going to have to take a COVID test on the way back, because you can have a vaccine, no booster, and all you have to do is take the rapid test. So that's what I'll do. Oh yeah, the like button. That's right. It's tradition here on the Old Dog Channel. Whenever I go live, I don't know why, but we ask you to hit the like button. And of course, hydrate. We don't want any injuries. I don't know what is going to be in the Thailand. Okay. Good morning to everybody. Yeah, it's I lived there for a year back in 2009 to 2010. So I love a lot of things about it. I don't dislike the Philippines. I mean, I've been here 5 years. I've had more life in 5 years than I did the first 62 years of my life. So that says something, right? And but it's just I got the travel bug. I've always had it. So, and now I get to see it through May's eyes, which I think will be really super interesting. Yeah, yeah. I don't watch videos from anywhere unless I'm going there. So now I've picked up on my Thailand videos that I'm watching. My friend AJ vlogs from there, but all he ever does is walk up and down Bangalore Road. It's flood season here. The real reason I'm going live this morning is because I was supposed to meet Bud Brown for coffee this morning. I got rained in. That's the only reason I'm here live today. I know it is blurry. I think I need to clean the lens or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. He's got a what's a polyglot? I don't know what that is. Well, thanks for stopping by. Probably less interest due to financial requirements to obtain a visa. It is very easy to live over here and blurry. I don't know why the picture's so blurry. I'm going to have to work on the cam. Let's see. Thanks again for everybody coming on. Hey, Polly Wally, how's life? Life's great. Hello from Shenton Ridge, my neighbor. You're right up there. How are you doing, Jeffrey? Where do expats settle down there? Manila? All over the place. Yeah, some people live in Cebu, some people in Manila, Davao, all over. There's 7,000 islands. So to each his own, you know. Yeah, I think it's a good idea too. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose, right? So everyone says the English is not so good in Thailand. I can vouch for that. I have found that it's not that complicated if you stick around kind of the tourist areas. And if you don't, you know, if you pull into a gas station, you pull into a gas station. You don't have to speak English. You just take the tank, the lid off, and fill it up with gas and pay the money. If you go to a restaurant, you just point. They've got a menu. So I do that a lot here, as a matter of fact. Good morning from Davao. How you doing, Ryan? Good morning. Is subletting an option? I would just let someone live here, like one of May's family members. I don't want to go to the subletting deal. In fact, while we're gone, I think her sister's going to be keeping an eye on the place for us. Hola. Hey, thanks very much. Yeah, that's why, nothing's permanent though. It's she has family here. We're actually going to do a video after this live stream together, since we're cooped in the house for now. We had plans to do this video and that video, and we're kind of cock blocked by the weather, so we're reined in. So I said, okay, we'll just do one from the couch, and we're going to do a video a little bit about May and her upbringing and her life. We did something similar to that a couple of years ago, but it's been a long, long time, and there's been a ton of new subscribers that have come on board recently. So I think it's cool to kind of bring people up to, speed. Yeah, let me comment on that right now. Oh, are you ready for this? It's about 4 pounds of stuff right here. This on top is an affidavit of travel and undertaking. Went to an attorney, and highly recommended attorney, Nathan Ramancho. And then the guy that actually did the dealio for me is Rochelle Rea Lubolos. Super cool guy. And this affidavit, and then there's all this other stuff in here. Again, there's just overkill. I'm going to have a copy. May's going to have a copy. Offloading is a dealio where they will not allow the Filipina onto the plane simply because they think that she's going for nefarious type of reasons. She's being sex trafficked. She's going against her will. She's splitting out of the country. She's going to run away. She's going for work, and they don't want any of that. So, and they're protecting their citizens. I totally respect it. A lot of people told me that I needed to get, sorry, I had to lean down, what's called a CFO. And a CFO is kind of where you go, or where May would go online. Since COVID, they can't do it in person anymore, and do an interview, a 40-minute, I believe it is, video deal, where she's counseled about the dangers of traveling alone as a single woman. So I asked the attorney about that because everybody said CFO, CFO, CFO. And the good news is my attorney, prior to his private practice, was legal counsel for the Department of Foreign Affairs. What a perfect guy to have do this for me. And he says, no, you don't need that. It is necessary to do if May was traveling alone. And if she was, say, working as an OFW, she had been hired, she was going to go to Dubai or somewhere like that to work as a housekeeper, as an example. If she was simply going to repatriate to another country, she wanted to do that. If she was going there to meet somebody that's not with her, and essentially just go by herself to work, to have a change of just leave the country because she wants to. And then there's other examples. I forget all the scenarios. And then I went to the CFO website just to double check, because I figured, what the hell, we'll do it anyway, just to be safe. I'm a believer in overkill. And so when I went to the website, it was pretty much reiterating what he had said. And then, then I started clicking on common asked questions. And lo and behold, after I played with this website for about 15, 20 minutes, it came up to the topic of offloading. And it really reassured me because it says we do not offload just to be offloading. And that the Department of Immigration is a little miffed, I guess would be the word, that they have this reputation that they just arbitrarily chuck people off of flights for no real reason. So what we have done, I know this is long-winded, but it's a good question, and I do want to talk about it. What we have done is we've gone to the attorney. The attorney wrote an affidavit, and the affidavit is got some power to it because it shows we have our plane tickets, number one, and the plane tickets are round trip. The affidavit lists the plane ticket, the flight numbers, when we're leaving, where we're going. We have our hotels booked. We have a hotel booked for one night in Bangkok. That's paid for. That is confirmed. That is in there. It then lists the condominium through Airbnb that we will be staying at for 20 days in Phuket, and that it's paid for. and she's got a flight home. We have her bank statements, and our joint bank statements show she's not destitute. We have our lease shows that we've lived here in this house for 1 year and 3 months. And then I didn't realize it had expired. So our landlord was kind enough to renew or write up a new lease for yet another year. So she's got a bank account here. She's got income that she's got a snapshot of AdSense from YouTube. She has family here. She has 3 or 4 years worth of photographs of her and I being together. Whew. We've got, I mentioned the bank accounts. What else do we have? She'll have money in her pocket, in her purse. She can't take more than 50,000 pesos. So we figured put 10 or 20,000 pesos in her purse, plus $100 US currency just to make it look nice. And she needs to come up with an itinerary. So yeah, on Tuesdays, we're going to go look at the elephants. It's really kind of nicky-nacky stuff. And just let them know that while she's there, she's going to be doing touristy stuff. What else do we have? We got our lease. We got the bank statements. We've got the round trip tickets. We are going to go today when the weather lets up, and we're going to buy, even though it's not required by Thailand, we're going to go buy medical insurance for her, and maybe for me too. What the hell? And then to cap it off, day before yesterday, May and I had lunch. We went over to Mark and Jen Thornton's house, and we were there for 3 or 4 hours. He had some friends over there, some real interesting guy named Christian that used to be a male model. So I spent a few hours talking with him and his son, who's a very interesting guy. And May, of course, sat there with Jen and Christian's wife, and they cackled on about who knows what. And so we asked Jen, hey, did you need any of this stuff? She said, no, we just showed our ticket, and they did have health insurance. So I said, okay, we better get that. But no CFO was required. The only difference between May and myself and Mark and Jen is that they're married. And I also went to immigration here in town, and they said that the marriage license carries a lot of weight. A couple, 3 years ago, it really didn't, because guys would fly in, they'd get married, be with the girl for a week, and then haul her ass out of the country. That's not really the case anymore. They found out they were overreacting to that, because it takes a long time to get married out here. It's no simple thing. You've got to go through classes, and you've got to make appointments, and you've got to go to all these different entities. So if May and I were to get married, say, let's get married, it would be 2 months down the road from today before that actually happened. Excuse me. So anyway, that being said, that's the program. And I don't see any, and the attorney said it's not against the law for a Filipino to go on vacation. And so, hell, man, you got her coming. You got her coming back. She's got money in her pocket. She's with you. You guys are obviously in a relationship. We've got a YouTube channel we can show that goes back 3 years. And, one guy made a comment after me going through all this that really rang home. He says, you know what, Paul, you're going through all this stuff. And what'll happen is you'll go through the line. They'll take one look. They'll just stamp it and move forward. Boy, wouldn't that be great? And that is a possibility. You may get the one guy that's, he's off in 15 minutes. And he's just like, May's his last client. So he's like, yeah, okay, this looks good. Here you go. He wants to go home. We have been warned, though, not to get a female immigration officer, that they're a lot more catty than the men are. And I thought the opposite. I thought, well, let's get a woman because she'll be more empathetic. Oh, no. They say, everyone that's talked to me said, that's done it. It says, get a man. Yeah. So what they'll do is most likely they'll question me, separate from me. They'll ask me questions. They might ask us questions like, when's her birthday? And, how long have you known her? How old is she? How did you meet? And we know all those questions, all those answers, I should say. And so, once we get through this hurdle too, it's that magic golden stamp in her passport. And when we get back, we'll probably cool our heels for a month and a half. And then just for the hell of it, I want to fly her to Singapore. Wait for the screamer deal that the airlines have and go there for 2 nights and just see Singapore. I've never been there. She's never been there. And we'll just go there. We'll book a hotel. We'll book a round trip flight. If we can get one of those budget deals, guys go there all the time. And we'll do that and come back. And there's stamp number 2. And then there's Malaysia. It's on our radar. And then maybe we'll do some good old-fashioned island hopping around here. Sorry for the long-winded explanation, but it was really kind of the purpose of this video or this live stream was to bring you up to speed on that. Where are the best places to find? I don't know, man. That's one of those questions that I can't answer. I was basically single for 2.5 years till I bumped into May. And I just met her through a friend. Just do it. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. You only live once, right? Actually, you only die once. You live every day. So, treat each day golden. Stay away from the bar girls. We intend to. However, I am going to have May take a stroll down Bangalore Road. I can't wait to see the look on her face. She's never seen anything like that in her life. That'll be a video. Just not the bar girl so much, but just the look on May's face. Oh my God. I lost 30 pounds. Was thinking I should do a video about my weight loss, but I've already been on 2 or 3 channels where guys have talked about it. So, I don't believe in overkill. But I did realize I've never done anything on my own channel about how I lost weight and kept it off. It's been almost, let's see, I've been back from America for 6 months and I lost the weight about 3 months. So almost 9-10 months I've maintained my weight. Expat John is now ex-expat John. That's correct. God love John. Huh? When did you obtain the rooster? Are you talking about my little chicken that's behind me? It's not behind me, but usually is. That's Gaylord. And that was a birthday gift from May. There's a story behind that story, but I won't bore you with it here. Happy endings on the weekend is guaranteed, eh? Well, for some folks. Thank you, Lawrence. There's my buddy Lawrence. We've spent many conversations together, didn't we, sir? Apparently foreigners must be fully vaccinated. Yeah, it's true. Well, here's the caveat is Jennifer Terry, number 1, is my go-to girl for information. I don't pretend to be an expert on all this, but she is. But what I do know is in order for us to come into the Philippines, if you have 1 shot of J&J and a booster, you're cool for school. If you have 2 shots of anything else and a booster, you're cool for school. If you've got 1 shot of J&J and 2 shots of something else and no booster, then they require an antigen test, the rapid one, and then you're okay. I have heard tell that unvaccinated people can fly into Cebu, and because of the mayor there is loosey-goosey as far as letting people in, and but that's no guarantee there. So Manila's more strict, I know that, than Cebu on everything. If I had my way about me, I would fly out of Cebu, but the plane flights didn't make sense going to Thailand. So yeah, and then I've also heard, but I don't know. I wish I did. I should know this stuff for you guys, and I don't. I think you can come in unvaxxed and it's 5-day quarantine, but again, verify that with like Jennifer Terry. Filipino wife in America. Well, good to see you there. How are you? Oh my God, I went there. Went where? Let's see. Social Security Colo watch. You see a lot of expats leaving and headed home. I met up this last 2 or 3 months, geez, with maybe 100 guys, at least, minimum, maybe more. And I would say a good 25% of them don't like it here. And I commend them. You know, they came over, they kicked the proverbial tires, and I said, man, I don't like it here. Okay, fair enough. And their reasons varied. But 75% pulled the trigger and said, yeah, I love it. And, cost of living, the people really do make the Philippines. Philippines, hands down, from my travels, are the friendliest people on the planet and the most easy to acclimate with. And safety has never been an issue for me. I know there's bad parts of town. I know some guy I was told, got mugged down on Dumaguete Boulevard at night. Elderly guy walking with a big bag, kind of a setup deal. And a couple of guys robbed him and hurt him. So it happens. First time I've ever heard of that. And I didn't see it. I didn't witness it. I didn't read about it. It was a story I was told. So take it for what it's worth. Thailand over PI for sure. There's a lot of positives to Thailand. Food, infrastructure, organization, modernization, options, beaches, you name it. There's as much variety there as there is here, if not more. But it does not have the English, and it does not have people. The people I have found there to be a bit distant. They're not quite as embracing as the Filipino culture. In other words, I was a couple of times, especially when I was first here, I had this memory of walking down to the beach just to see what the beach looked like. And it was this rocky beach, and there was a Filipino family having lunch. And I was just standing there looking at the ocean, and they waved me over. They said, hey, you want to join us? You want some rice? Just stuff like that. Never had that happen in Thailand. Finally not asleep. Yeah, good. Video content is good here at my house in Georgia. Menu bar girls speak English. Yeah, we want to do like one night, I think, doing the bar girl scene, if you will. Again, like I said, it's gonna be for May to see, and if I video it, I'm gonna be primarily videoing her going through there and seeing the deal. It gets old after a while. Like I said, I lived there for a year, and I was not that far. I was in Phuket, and we used to call it the Bangla Walk. You get bored and you just walk up and down the boulevard. And pretty soon, all the go-go girls and all the jumping around, it just loses its luster, over time. But where I would get a kick out of is the foreigners, watching the foreigners and their reactions. That was fun for me. Good morning, Grumpy Dude Ryan. No, I haven't heard hiding her hair the S-Pass in forever. Yeah, there it is. What a cup. Coupled up in the house. Yeah. But you know what? Now it's clearing up. I was supposed to meet Bud at 8 o'clock, 8:39, somewhere around there. We were going to do an interview thing. We were going to do a chat. I'm chomping at the bit to do another one with him about going to Mexico, and him and me just shooting the breeze. I enjoy those videos. And we meet every Friday, hell or high water. And today, wouldn't you know, I got rained in. And now I'm looking sort of outside. It's starting to clear up. So there you go. Now it's 9:30. Bud likes to be home by 12. If I was to go meet him at 10, he'd be picking up Gloria. It's not going to work. So we reschedule for tomorrow. Glad you're finally going to travel. I'm concerned 10K keeps bad-mouthing the Philippines. Now he is warning Americans to get out quick. He has lost his marbles. Well, I don't know why. I don't watch his channel. I've bounced into it once or twice. I understand he's very popular with a lot of people, so kudos to him. But I don't know why he would say that. Glad you're finding travel concern. Oh, I just read that. A polyglot is a Oh, okay. See, I learned something. Yeah, it's these are the supposedly golden years, and I don't want to just be one of those guys that sits around in front of the TV and goes down to the senior citizen hall at 4:00 for dinner and arguments. From Turkey, Pennsylvania. What's that mean? Hey, Tommy, thanks for checking in. Mortimer Duke, keep living the dream. Well, thank you for the super sticker, my friend. We appreciate that. And we will. 4 pounds of marijuana. I think marijuana is legal in Thailand now. I don't know about 4 pounds. I never smoked pot. Well, I'm lying to you. I smoked pot as a kid. What I mean to say is I don't like it. I heard a funny joke the other day. Not a joke, but a funny statement from Jordan Peterson. And he was talking about the marijuana. He said, if everybody smoked marijuana, there would be no more violent crimes. It would just be a lot of donut consumption. That would be about it. Slow internet speed, yeah. Well, it'll make you feel less unfortunate. I'm not quite sure about the last half of that comment. There's a town here in Northern California where internet speed can only get to, so imagine a speed lesson. Okay, yeah, we do have slow internet here sometimes. General practitioner, doctor, and Duma, and dentist. Yeah, I've got it on my phone. Mark, just PM me on if we're friends on Facebook, and I'll send it over to you. It's on my phone, and my phone's not here. It's over there. Garupa, I think is her name. How do you say it? Is the dentist that I use. She's across from immigration. And then I have a family doctor, but I can't say I would recommend her. That's why one of the reasons we're going to Thailand is for medical checkups. There's nothing wrong with her. She's a nice lady. But just as far as, I took her into May for headaches, and she didn't really do a whole lot about that. So, but if I need a prescription, if I've got a cold, or if we've got a chest infection or sinusitis or an earache, she just prescribes antibiotics, and that's that. The sad part is they don't have any option other than their own mobile hotspot. Okay. How's the health, Paul? I feel really good. May's been feeling really good. But we want to get checked out. And there's certain days where I just feel like sluggish. And so does May. And we get tired fairly fast. I think a lot of it's from the heat. I've had some back issues of recent, and I'm looking forward to the massages in Thailand. They're cheap, they're therapeutic, they're good. They also have chiropractic that's damn near free all over the place. So there's people there that can do chiropractic work on you and massages, and I find that that's super healthy for me, and May too. I think it just puts you in a good state of mind. I think it's good for your circulation. It's good for your muscles. And I'm not saying it'll make you live longer, but you sure will enjoy it. You'll sleep better, that's for sure. Let's see. Hey, old dog. Maine is in the house. Filipina P got offloaded before her trip to Thailand. I don't believe that, respectfully. She's traveled all over the world. I don't see why she would get offloaded. She did a video about being offloaded and how you can be offloaded. I watched it. someone who told me that she had done that with her lawyer, Gracie or whatever her name is. And then I went and talked to my lawyer. And so I think what you're confusing, her getting offloaded to her doing a video about being offloaded. You should give them a look. Yeah. Well, we have that figured out. Another subscriber, it was so obvious I didn't see it, forest for the trees thing. Hell, we got, as far as the history between me and May, we've got that covered. That's done. And then the return ticket, the health insurance, itinerary, money in the bank, money in her purse, the hell else they want. So how does she do those videos from Thailand? Well, we'll be taking our equipment with us. So May's going to do videos from there. I'm going to do videos from there. It's going to be a little different, I think, than what you see on a lot of Thailand videos, our perspective. And then we'll do some talking head videos about our day and how it went. And I think hopefully they'll be informative for you guys. But I'm really curious to see if there's an uptick or a downtick on the views. It's kind of an experiment. I don't know what that means. Oh, I know they kicked a bunch of Chinese guys out of here, like 30,000. They threw them out of the country. They were coming over here on false retirement visas. Well, you're never really late in the Philippines. If you're late, you're just on Filipino time. Yeah. Oh, that's another good point. May's going to look like Maude. Remember that show, Maude? May's going to have these big old clunky mom shoes on and a long sleeve shirt and a sweater and some nice long pants, some slacks. She's gonna look as conservative as they get. She's not gonna get quite the nun status, but that's another point I forgot to mention. There will be no skin. There will be no short shorts. Yeah, holiday, man. I've been married to the Philippines. My wife was wondering. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Yeah, I miss the Dean stories too. He's like the crazy uncle that comes at Thanksgiving. Yeah, hopefully Dean will be back one of these days. We're not. Who knows? Well, I always plan for the worst, and I worst case scenario everything. I've already thought to myself, what if she doesn't get on the plane? How do I get her home? Because I got to continue on. So we'll figure that out. The cool thing is, you never hear me say this if I was traveling alone, but the cool thing is we've got about 9 hours in Manila Airport. And that's not awful because in Manila, it takes just me alone. It's about a 2 to 3 hour, depending on how busy they are, it's about a 2 to 3 hour process to get through all the security stuff, immigration, and all that hoo-ha. And so I want to make sure that May and I have plenty of time to get through the immigration dealio. And then if we've got to cool our heels for 6 hours, so be it. But it does always kind of miff me that I've got to spend 9 hours in an airport to spend 3 hours on a plane. It just doesn't, strike right with me. You can't go back in time, but I'm old school. I remember back in the day when we would travel. I would travel with my parents, and we would just pretty much go to TWA back when they had TWA, and my dad would go buy the ticket, and they'd go like that, and we'd go get on the plane, and that was the long and the short of it. Let's see. Please share an update after passing. First video I'm doing, bro, is about the process. I don't know how much I can video inside the airport. I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood to video. I'm going to be kind of stressed out and focusing on where we got to go and where we got to be. So the optimum thing would be, to show us leaving, doing a little chronological order video that May knows how to splice all that stuff down. I don't edit, but overshoot it. And then she just takes, driving videos, we would cut out 10 minutes. She knows how to back that up and shorten it down. But I would like to get some video of us, at the airport getting on, and then in Manila, and then going through immigration. But I really doubt they allow you to video any of that stuff in the airport. But to go back to your statement or your question, definitely the first video that we will do, hell, I might make it on the plane flying over there, is what we went through, how it went, any snags. Was it quick? Was it arduous? May actually gets palsy. She couldn't sign her passport when she got it. She got her passport now a couple of weeks ago, and the lady told her to sign it, and her hand was shaking so much from anxiety that she couldn't sign her passport till she got home. So just wait till they start interrogating her immigration. I'm afraid her head's going to explode. Let's see. Read the comment before. She had to catch a later flight. Oh, okay. Oh, we're talking about the P. Yeah, because the P has been traveling for over 10 years. I met her a couple of years ago. She did a video with me on my channel when she was promoting her channel, when she first started her channel. And she'd been to Britain, she's been to Thailand, she's been here, she's been there, she's been all over the place. What is the one regret in regards to your finances in your younger years that you could have made a difference in your retirement? Actually, I think I did everything damn near right. What wiped me out was beyond my control. That was the recession. I had stockpiled. I had done everything they told me to do. I contributed 100% to my 401k, had a lot of money in that. I bought homes, had rental properties, real estate, always rock solid investment in America forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And my house I bought for $236,000. My last house, my dream home, if you will. At the peak of the market, it was worth $500,000. I could have cashed out $250,000, but why would I? I was living there and it was going up in value. And nobody in America, except for maybe 9 people, knew what was going on. And hell, Lehman Brothers can go out of business. Paul McGill can go out of business. So, and I went out of business. Everything I'd worked for call it 30 years, just got washed out to the ocean. Just washed out, just gone. 401k decimated. Money, a house, gone. It was bought it for $236. It sold for $175 as a short sale. So I don't know. I can't change history. But had it not have been for the recession, I often wonder, would I even be in the Philippines? If that had not happened to me, if I had not had everything that I worked for, put me truly back to square one, I should say, having zero and starting all over again. It completely changed my mind of thought about how am I going to live the rest of my life. And living overseas became the option. I was too old to continue to work for another 20 years doing what I was doing to build back up the house and this, that, and the other. The 401k, it was history. So that's the way that went. And probably for the best of all things. Sometimes when you're at your lowest point is actually in your best interest, and you don't think it at the time. You think, man, this is the worst thing that could happen to me. But I look back and I say, you know what? I would probably still be in America right now if that hadn't happened. I would probably be, I don't know what I would be. I would just be some guy in America. You brought too many guitars. Your legal counsel could say one thing, but it's really up to the immigration officer to decide whether or not she allows you to exit the PH. Well, that's absolutely true. That is correct. However, there is no law about offloading. There is no thing that says you have to be offloaded. May just turn the fan on. That's why the curtain's waving. I hope that doesn't bother you. Hey, baby, May. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, it all depends on the attitude of the immigration officer. It depends on some things I don't have any power over. I don't think she will. I think we got too strong a case. And you know what? If that happens, I'd speed dial right onto my lawyer and have him talk to somebody. So, however, you will be traveling together, granting you've shown proof of legit relationship, then there shouldn't be any problem. Oh, there you go. That was my point to begin with, Shay. Hello, Barry. It's easy to sneak through the jungles and skip the bureaucracy. Amen to that. We should just parachute in. It is a fiasco, but you know what? It's it makes for a good story, doesn't it? Can you just move the fan a little bit? It's waving the. Oh, it's waving the. Sorry. I think the audience is going to get dizzy. Like that? Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Thank you, baby. I got that's a good copy. So hi to everybody. What's up, Barry? How you doing, man? Let's see. They do give a hard time the first time Filipino international travels, but as long as proof can show they're not confident. Sure. Well, I got news for you. She will not be confident. There will be absolutely a negative confidence. They're not going to be confident when you go. You know what confident means? When you go to immigration, you're going to be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have the question.
Yeah, because they have the questions.
You can share about the I fill up the 6 times. Yeah.
What's it?
And the attorney. After I fill up, I getting hungry.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll give you an example. They just reminded me of. Let me take this off. we went to the attorney, and we had gone the day before to the attorney, and he pretty much just started the template, if you will, and then he gave us a list of stuff to bring, like the tickets, the bank statements, blah, blah, blah. And he said, come back today or tomorrow. So we went back the next day, and he had a client in there. So they told us to come back in an hour. And so I took May out. I wasn't hungry, and May ate breakfast. And then after breakfast, we went back to the attorney. And so once we did the attorney thing, we were there for about an hour answering questions and filling in forms and triple checking everything. And May had to sign her name 4 times on each piece of paper. And so we got on the bike. I said, what do you want to do? She goes, man, I'm starving. I said, well, just ate an hour ago. She goes, yeah, but I'm really hungry. So we went down to the Why Not and ordered lunch. And I said, what are you so hungry from? She says, well, signing my name 4 times. I said, hey, it's not like you did an 8-mile hike. All you did was sign your name. She goes, yeah, it wears me out.
My brain is working.
Your brain is working? Yeah. I love her. Yeah, it's like I said, Shay, we're 9 hours, and we're gonna. It's the first time I'm happy that I've got a layover that long between Dumaguete and Manila, and then Manila to BKK. So I'm actually happy. We've got plenty of time. There's no rushing, and the good news is we're in Terminal 2 the whole time. I don't have to take a cab or a bus or whatever the frig they've got to go back over to Terminal 4 or something. We stay in the same terminal, which is a godsend in and of itself. Manila Airport's a little bit of hell. I missed that offload video. Yeah, it's on the Peas channel. She does a deal with her attorney, and I didn't. I'm not going to do a deal with my attorney and copy her video, but I am going to do a real life experience of us going through the process. Thank you very much. Panorama City, my old stomping ground where I grew up. There's K9. Thanks for stopping in, boss. How about the title showing ownership of the bike? You know, that's not a bad idea. Problem is, we don't have any. Oh, wait, we didn't get the paperwork. Yeah, that's a good idea, Lawrence. We'll bring that. Never thought of that. Because May bought her own. I bought it, but, you know, it's in her name. But yeah, May owns a scooter. That's true. Good one. See? Hey, are you going to buy a car? No, we're just going for 3 weeks for vacation. Unknowns. Meanwhile, unknowns are bust up to home laws. I don't know what that means. Yeah. I'm telling you, we just get through this one thing, it'll be all good. Well, it's not so much being imprisoned. It's not a regime. It's not a It's not totalitarian, but they do keep an eye on their citizens. I'll tell you that much. I don't think the Chinese can do what she's doing. They have to get total permission from somebody. Hey, who you calling old? Oh yeah, it will be an adventure, Mike. Thank you very much. Yeah, everybody check out May's channel. I'll put a link to it today with baby May. She had to take a video down. It was doing really good because the boyfriend got jealous of his girlfriend being on her channel. Yeah, exchange rate's nuts. Hello. So I'll just say hello. I'm not using online. I feel like a privilege. Oh, it's not a privilege. It's more of a waste of time. You know that. Yeah, thank God. I think it's it's like anything I've experienced out here. Like even I've been hassled getting on planes. Coming back from America, I got hassled by the kid behind the counter. And got another guy, and he was like, counter. He was like, yeah, you're cool. Just get on the plane, man. Enjoy your flight. Good Lord. Oh, no. No. You cannot lose your cool at all in any situation out here as a foreigner. That's the worst thing you can do is yell or get loud or obnoxious, which too many guys do already. You have to be totally respectful and calm, collected. Hi from Lapu. This place so nice they named it twice. Why or what is it you dislike about Vietnam? Vietnam was, excuse me, will I have a caffeinated beverage? Vietnam, it's hard to put my finger on it. Vietnam was almost where I was at, Nha Trang. I didn't get to experience Saigon at all. It was almost too sterile. You know, I mean, it wasn't a blade of grass out of the way. A lot of Russians were over there. Russian people, by the way, never smile. Vietnamese people, I did not see them smiling at all. Major confusion with the language, worse than Thailand. I actually pointed to a picture of a hot cup of coffee, and they brought me an iced coffee. Yeah, how far off can you get? So I didn't feel comfy there. I couldn't speak to anybody other than other expats or someone that knew English. The people were not as warm and fuzzy as they are here in the Philippines, not as outgoing. The place itself was beautiful, Thailand's beautiful. I mean, not Thailand, Vietnam is beautiful. Country, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beaches, beautiful buildings, modern, great infrastructure, great traffic, good flow, um, good shops, good clothes, everything. Fine, food's good, but it all boiled down to the people, man. Not that they're mean or anything, but I didn't feel any connection to them. If that makes any sense. Absolutely. 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 The question is, if you're listening on the radio, are you getting a heart health screening in Thailand? Absolutely. All that stuff's checked out. I'm going to have May's headaches have gone down 90% since we got her glasses and got her teeth corrected. Um, but she still gets the occasional headache. So we're going to have that looked at. And then we're going to have all of our levels checked, if you will, blood, cholesterol, what else is there? Cancer screenings. Might get glasses while I'm over there because the glasses here you have to go to Manila or Cebu to get a real optometrist, so actual modern equipment. I love the exchange rate. I've been moving money over. I've been doubling up my moving of money and just parking it in May and I's bank, our joint account. You old dog, you sure love to sit and have a beer with you sometime. Well, come on, come on. Let's see, I've moved into a pretty nice pricey condo building in IT Park, Cebu City. They are telling me the toilet will not flush paper. I have heard that, and I still don't know what they're talking about. I think they're talking about, feminine products. But what else are you supposed to do? I mean, that's always confused me also. And I don't really have the answer to it. But just go about your normal business, if you will. Okay, it's going to make Walking Street look like a clown show. Yeah. I did go to Angeles City before I met May, and I didn't see any of Angeles City because I was in a hotel there, and I didn't venture too far. I actually never even made it to a walking street at night. I did a video about that. I walked into a bar at like 10 o'clock at night and came rolling out at 6 in the morning. Had a great time, but it wasn't on Walking Street. I went to Walking Street during the day, my first day there, and I looked around and I had a sandwich or whatever at that Phillies place, Phillies Sports Bar on the corner. And then I walked down a little bit, but it was during the day. And see, Angeles City and all these, even Thailand and all that, they're not made for a guy like me, or I'm not made for them because I'm a day person, and those are all night things. Even Dumagetti is lighting up like crazy at night. All kinds of stuff's going on. Valencia Plaza, they've got music and shows and stuff going on, and I've missed it all, and so has May. Because we bug out of the house normally around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. We go do what we're going to do. A lot of times we meet up with people that are subscribers or old friends or new friends, have lunch or something like that. We do our marketing, our shopping. We've always got something that we got to pick up. It never fails. And about 2 o'clock, we wrap it up because it's hot, and we come home. And we just enjoy each other's company, take a nap. And I don't like to drive at night. A lot of reasons. So, Paul, please don't discuss ailments. Why? Too old manish for you? Paul, baby Manny, Mark from Oregon wanted to fly a small plane around the Philippines. That'd be fun. Thank you very much, Anthony. DC says hi to everybody. CDC and Cebu. Oh, CDO and Cebu is known for beautiful women. There's beautiful women all over the world. Hello to everybody. remember a time when there was a YouTuber by the name of My Philippine Journey, which has now since passed away. I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about. He also had his girlfriend. I think that was Mike. I think the reason why I enjoy your channel, an eternal optimist, I'm always laughing at sight. Well, yeah, my dad's actually the eternal optimist. I did an interview with my father when I was in America, and that's what we titled it. My father's never had a bad day in his life. One of those guys. Thumbs up is all we ask for. Hydrate, bend at the knees, and thumbs up are completely free this week. Last week it was a half price sale, but today a thumbs up, no charge. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I got to keep telling myself it'll be fine. But me being me, I just like to be planned ahead. I like to have A, B, and C, contingency plans. If this goes wrong, what do we do with plan B? And if that doesn't work, what's plan C? So to me, this is a very big deal. To her, it's a big deal. And therefore, we'll probably make it a big deal out of nothing. Yeah, it is. It really is how life goes full circle, huh? 2 shots of whiskey and a beer. There you go. I am going to have a Bloody Mary, by the way. When we get to the hotel that night, I haven't had a Bloody Mary in about 10 years, but it just sounds good. So I think to celebrate, I'll have myself a cocktail. Hey, old dog, hope you see this. Hope you can refer someone to me that's retired. I don't think he's VA over there. I get all my meds from the VA. I want to know info. All right. You might want to go on one of the expat forums. Let's see. Boo is dicey as far as letting people. Yeah, that is dicey. That certainly isn't gospel. I've heard it both ways. So, but I think Cebu is a much friendlier atmosphere, just in general. Vaccine, no vaccine. Quarantine, no quarantine. No COVID, no COVID. I just like Cebu much more than the Manila airport. Yeah, it's been a while since I've made a video, huh? I don't have a schedule, and if I don't have anything to talk about, I don't do one. But today, I'm going to do one after this live stream with May. And then I'm going to see Monty and some of the boys at 4 o'clock this afternoon, weather permitting. And then I'd like to do another video with Monty, catch up to speed with him. Some get in, some don't. You know what happened to Frank Battaglia from My Philippines Interest? No, you would have to do a rapid antigen test, a rapid test. You've got 2 vaccines and no booster. You just have to do the test 24 hours before and have it come back negative. That's what I'm going to do. I think you know who I'm talking about, Paul. You used to ride around the Philippines on his motorcycle. Yeah, he prepared for his girlfriend to travel with him. Said he over-prepared. I don't know who you're talking about. You know what? I have no idea why I had not done that. That is the $64,000 question. I bought a motorcycle 7 months ago or something like that and never told anybody about it except in passing. And I gave away our gay little scooter, which was a sad, sad moment. Gave it to May's family. Bought myself an ADD 150. And, we went there to buy it. We didn't have any video stuff with us because it was just sort of a, let's do this. There was a shortage of ADVs. And I popped into a store after being told, no, we don't have any. And all of a sudden they had one. And I said, okay, I'll take it. So I just went down to the bank and got the money. And we didn't have any. I like to vlog, the actual purchase and seeing it and taking delivery. I think that makes a good video. But yeah, well, We'll do a review of the ADV probably when I get back from Thailand. And I've hardly driven it. I keep driving May's bike because it's got that goofy hook in the front and the floorboard. We've been carrying groceries. The ADV, unless you have a box on the back, it's hard to carry stuff home. No, I've said that from day one. It's not for everyone. A lot of things will turn the guy off at the Philippines. Primarily the weather, I think. Sometimes it's the infrastructure. Some guys are can't handle the brownouts, can't handle the space, if you will. Things move very slowly here. So, if you're one of those type A personalities and you're expecting, I saw a guy completely flip out in McDonald's one time because they didn't have whatever he wanted in stock. And he just went nuts. And I thought, this guy doesn't need to be here. When you feel comfortable in one place, stay there. No need to be jumping around. Well, I don't know. I say bounce. I say if you start getting comfortable, it starts getting boring. With all due respect, I like the idea of seeing stuff. Yeah, there you go. If you don't like it, bounce. Hello, Tim D. Timmy, no, 2 shots and no booster. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Thank you, Steve. You know what? I think if you hang in there long enough, they will drop the vaccine deal. One day. I don't know when. There's no vaccine required for me if I go back to America, but there is for May. If she goes, she has to be vaccinated. Who isn't COVID wary? Raise your hand. Well, I need info on the hospital town. I'll be back in 35 minutes. Got to pick up my wife from work. I'll get right on that for you. We will be vlogging about the hospital in Thailand. And I'm sure they'll let me shoot. Oh, good for you. Welcome to Cebu. 8.7. Yeah. So it should go up. It's going to be a big jump in income. It's another reason that I started thinking about traveling because I get about another $150 a month. And if everything stays static, that adds up, over 3 or 4 months. That's, what is that, $600 extra that I didn't have. And that's a plane ticket right there, isn't it? How do you find out if you're on the blacklist in the Philippines? It's interesting is I talked to my attorney about that whole thing while I was in there chatting with him. And we had about a 10 or 15 minute. I asked that question. I said, how does somebody get blacklisted? And he said, you have to do something really friggin' bad. And primarily, I think if you were to speak out strongly against the government, you never, ever, he said, one thing you never want to do is if you're being arrested, guilty or not, is strike or put your hands on a police officer. That will get you. And what he told me was, what was interesting is that there's guys here, not necessarily Americans, but foreigners, all countries, that have cases against them and don't even know about it. In other words, I'll give you an example. Let's say I fly to Palawan for vacation and I get into an altercation with somebody and they open up a case against me and I fly back here to Dumaguete. Well, the case is in Palawan, and unless I'm served, I don't know anything about it. And he says there's no centralized database here in the Philippines. So a guy, he knows of guys because he's represented them that have got 2 or 3 or 4 open cases because they're troublemakers, and they come in and out. So how do you get blacklisted? You got to do something bad. You're going to have to murder somebody. You're going to have to really be insulting to the government, um, kind of an in-your-face type of person, disrespectful. Um, just a horrible crime. Some sort of something that involves kids or I'll tell you what gets you blacklisted. It just came to me. Drugs. Drugs are huge here. He says if you get caught with any kind of illegal substance, then they do talk to each other. They'll contact immigration. Excuse me. They'll contact immigration. They'll contact the police. They'll contact this. They'll contact that. Do not fool around with any kind of dope over here. Smoking weed, or what do they use here? Shabu, which is like their idea of methamphetamine. Is that what it's called? All that kind of stuff. Do not play with that. If you have a drug, it better be a prescription, or you're going to have a problem. So that's a great question, because I was curious about that too. I said, what do you do? What happens? Why do guys get blacklisted? He says it very rarely happens, number one. And number two, it's got to be pretty friggin' serious, and you have to be convicted. And again, I'm repeating myself, but it just blew my mind that there's open cases against people, and the guy that's got the case doesn't even know he's got it because the papers never made it to him. So I'm going to find out. I prefer Thailand for a lot of things, and I prefer, it sounds like a politician talking, right? And I also prefer the Philippines. So I think, an ultimate setup, man, is to just bounce. For May and I to go to Malaysia, I won't do Vietnam or Indonesia again. But I think Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines. I heard Ecuador is nice. Maybe we can go there just to mix it up a little bit. I think Singapore is very expensive, so it's probably off of our radar, but it would be worth a weekend. So I don't know. I think it would be a really fulfilling life if we were able to afford it, number one, but go back and forth and maintain a residence here. With the exchange rate, my rent is only like $350 a month here. And I'm getting about $150, maybe a $200 raise, something like that on my Social Security. We both make some money off of AdSense, off of YouTube. So that's a good supplement to our income and allows us to travel. So I don't know. I think that we can go enjoy ourselves over there for what it has to offer, come back here, spend time with family and friends, and just, see what the formula is. It's yet to be told. Let's see. I verify that unvaccinated can enter the Philippines via Cebu. We are on day 4 of our 5-day quarantine. Do not fly Philippine Airlines. We used EVA. Okay, so you can do a 5-day quarantine and get in. Okay, fair enough. That's what I thought. Who's Edward Davila? What did I miss? Why would he be my new John? I don't need another John. I had my John. We're trying to take everybody off the John train here. We're detoxing from John. I don't care how many views it got. We've had enough of John. Ben Newton is friend. I don't even know who these people are. I guess you guys do. Thailand is for sure safer. I don't know. When I lived in Thailand, I felt a little less safe, to be honest with you. But I think it's, I'm really isolated here. I'm a sleepy little Dumaguete, which is kind of like Mayberry, I'm not in Manila. I'm not in Angeles. I'm not in Cebu. I did feel less safe in Cebu when I was there for a couple days. Just the vibe, if you will. Nothing happened, but there just seemed to be a lot more desperation there, a lot of poverty there. Oh, yes, I will, Mr. Big Wheel. What did they mean by offloaded? Offloaded real quick means that a Filipino would not be allowed entry or onto the airplane to leave the country, not be allowed to be denied entry onto the plane, thinking that she's leaving for the wrong reasons. You guys discuss amongst yourselves. Checking with yes. I was in the Philippines in 2000, and that's good. And I was bored. I really enjoyed Thailand. So much fun things, Filipinos. Yeah, that's kind of my feeling on it. There's so much that you can do here in the Philippines. It seems like there's just more stuff to do for some reason in Thailand. We shall see. Freak Rica. Oh, Mr. Big Wheel's one of those trolley guys. So let's see. Is it easy to get drunk in Dumagetti? I'd like to say there's no such thing as a stupid question, but I'm having a hard time with it. Oh my goodness. Is it easy to get drunk in Dumagetti? No, it's impossible. I sure do. I plan on making videos. I want to enjoy myself because videos sometimes will, put a crimp in your day because you got to carry equipment and this, that, and the other. So I think we'll set aside like 2 days where we'll just jack around and enjoy ourselves. And then on day 3, we'll try to make 1 or 2 videos and keep everybody up to speed and ourselves. Going to go to our scrapbook, right? Oh, good for you. You're here. So what time is it? 10:25? Okay. How long have we been on? A little over an hour. Well, we'll wrap it up in 13 minutes or so. I'm not going to get to all the comments, of course. Who's bored? Let's see, where was I? No, I'm lost. Where was I? Hold on, guys. I'm coming. Okay, here we go. I'm zeroing in on it. Let's see. Let's see. Steve Montelli. I remember Steve Montelli. He's all right, I hope. He didn't pass away, did he? Yeah, amazing Thailand. I don't know. Someone just said, rest in peace, Steve Montelli. I didn't hear anything about that. He's in Duma. I haven't seen him around. Now the BS follows you no matter where you go. Steve left the PI almost a month ago. He died in Yuma? No shit. Is that true? Oh no. I love Steve. He was a good guy. If that's true, that saddens me. I had many conversations with Steve about many things that I never shared. We had a few things that we kept between ourselves. My God, really? I didn't care for Angel City one iota, but then again, I didn't give it a shot, But no, it It wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Probably when we get back from Thailand. Yeah, I'd like to know. I'm curious about this. Steve's a nice, super nice guy. What a gentleman he was. He's just a gentleman. No, don't be disrespectful, bro. I will not read every comment. I just got to blast through them. Yeah, it's not that tough. Yeah, Steve tried all kinds of stuff. He was an interesting guy. I think it's more like, you know what? I kind of agree. I agree because she watched a number of videos. And number one, May's 37 years old. She's going to be dressed like, Maud, some frumpy housewife. She's going to have money in her pocket. I'll be there. She'll have all of her docs. She's got a thing from a lawyer. What the hell else do they want? I think we got our bases covered. Yeah, we'll call the 18. Hi, Jessa. Welcome back. Glad that you can join us. Actually, you don't have to have a booster. You just have to have a negative test. There's football on this morning, but I got to see a buddy show. Let's see. Gary Lawson is correct. Pat is not harmless. The studies are out there, covered up by the media. Long-term use causes psychosis. Here we go. I have confirmed Steve passing. Jesus. Well, I don't believe it because of the way that you've got your thing set up. You've got the troll thing going on, so you'll say anything. So unfortunately, your comments don't hold any water. I'm not going to block you. Just let you, do your thing. Oh, yeah. I used to go there all the time. It's no longer there, but now we go to Moon Cafe down on the boulevard. Oh, aren't you something? All right, well, I'm just going to, you know what? I'll just skip your comments. Looks like you got over the first hurdle. No, it's never been done until it's done. When the plane takes off from the ground, you're both on it. That's a fact. Won't that be a relief? Howdy, Paul. I see you guys are taking off for a few. Hey, I don't want you much too, but I like these guys. Thank you very much. I love it. Filipinos always can make me laugh. Yeah, you said the heat. Yeah, you got that right. That wore her out. I don't want to start the rumor here that Steve Martelli passed away because of the quality of the people making the comments. There's some trolls on here, and I don't filter them. So what are you gonna do? Paul Mall. Yeah. Let's see. I got to get past all these knuckleheads talking about making jokes about Steve. So I would take that back. I don't think anything happened to him. I'll contact him. So this is one of those questions I can't answer. Where's the best place for an expat to live in the Philippines? There are lots of expats. Some people like the city. So Cebu's good. Cebu is a nice international hub for getting in and out. A lot easier than Duma. In other words, Dumaguete is a great little place for guys like me that don't go out a lot at night. There's not a lot of nightlife here. I'm just kind of live my life, go about day to day. But I can't tell you what the best place is. Best thing to do, in my heart and mind, is just bounce around a little bit and see what fits you. All right, kids, I think I'm going to call it a day. We're starting to get loaded up with the yo-yos. But it was good while it lasted. That's okay, Roy. We're getting ready to take off. Let's see. Well, there's an actual question. Has some thought behind it. Can you use Medicare here? No. They're talking about making Medicare portable, which would make a lot of sense. Save Medicare a ton of money and make life simple for me and anybody else on Medicare. But I'd have to go to Guam. It would be the closest place. Then Hawaii, and then, of course, the States. All right, kids. Well, we're going to wrap it up. It looks like the people living in their mom's basement has come out for the afternoon. Anyway, that's the update. Me and I are off to Thailand. We're going to make a video today about her life experience, how we met, and all that good stuff. All right, so I hope everybody's doing well out there, and we will catch up with you in the next video or live stream. Bye.